Good morning, students. I myself Divakar Pandey from Kuntinagar Modern English School, Nevada, and welcome to you in your e-learning class. Today, I am going to provide you my third video lecture of lesson 7 in history, and the topic is same. The topic is new questions and ideas. In my previous video, I have already discussed you about the life of Lord Buddha and about ancient books like Upanishads. Now we are going to study about Lord Mahavira. So let us come to the chapter out your listen and read the chapter and try to follow my video lecture. Who was Lord Mahavira? Yes, Lord Mahavira was most famous thinker of the Jains, and his full name was Vardhaman Mahavira. He also spread his message around the time because he was the contemporary of Lord Buddha. When about 2500 years ago, who was Lord Mahavira? Mahavira was a Kshatriya prince of which Gana? Of the Likshvi Gana. Likshvi was actually a group that was part of the Vajji Sangha, about which I have already discussed you in chapter 6. At the age of 30, when he left home and went to live in a forest, for 12 years he led a hard and lonely life. Why? In the search of the mystery of life, and at the end of which he attained enlightenment. Enlightenment. Sorry. So after the end of which it means he attained enlightenment, he taught a simple doctrine. Men and women who worshipped, it means who wished, sorry, he taught a simple doctrine. Men and women who wished to know the truth must leave their homes. They must follow very strictly the rules of Ahimsa. It means he preached the knowledge of Ahimsa among ordinary people. So what is Ahimsa? Yes, Ahimsa means not hurting or killing living beings. In the view of Lord Mahavira, all beings long to live. To all things, life is dear. Ordinary people could understand the teachings of Mahavira and his followers. Why? Because they used Prakrit language, like as Buddha. It means both Lord Mahavira and Lord Buddha placed his knowledge in the Prakrit language. There were several forms of Prakrit used in different parts of the country and named after the regions in which they were used. For example, the Prakrit spoken in Magad was known as Magadhi. What was Magadhi? Magadhi was the Prakrit language of Magad Empire. Followers of Mahavira who were known as Jains. So who were Jains? Jains were the follower of Mahavira. So what were called the followers of Mahavira? The followers of Mahavira were called Jains. So these Jains had to lead very simple lives, begging for food. They had to be absolutely honest and were especially asked not to steal anything. Also, they had to observe celibacy. Do you know what is celibacy? Yes, celibacy is the condition of life in which people have to follow very strict rules. And men had to give up everything, including their clothes also. So like this position of the life or the condition of life was called celibacy. It was very difficult for most men and women to follow these strict rules of Jainism. Nevertheless, thousands left their homes to learn and teach this new way of life. But many more remained behind and supported those who became monks and nuns. Nuns were always women and monks were always male persons. To these monks and nuns who became the monks and nuns, they provided them with food. Now, Jainism was supported mainly by traders. So, who supported Jainism? Traders. It means Jainism was supported by traders, farmers also, who had to kill insects to protect their crops, found it more difficult to follow the rules. Over hundreds of years, Jainism spread to different parts of the north in India and to Gujarat, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka also. Now we come to know about the teaching of Lord Mahavira. Yes, the teaching of Mahavira and his followers were transmitted orally. It means they used to transmit their doctrine or their teachings only orally for several centuries, but they were written down in the form in which they are presently available to us at a place called Ballavi. Where is Ballavi located? Yes, Ballavi is located in Gujarat. So all the principles of teaching of Lord Mahavira were written in Ballavi in Gujarat. When do you know? About 1500 years ago. You can see Ballavi on map 7 on page number 130. Now we come to know about Sangha. What were Sangha? Yes, both the Mahavira, when we study about Lord Mahavira or Lord Buddha, we find both the Mahavira and the Buddha felt that only those who left their homes could gain true knowledge. They arranged for them to stay together in the Sangha. It means Sangha was the society of those monks and nuns where they could gain true knowledge about life. It was also an association of those who left their homes. So what was Sangha? Sangha was an association of those people who left their homes. These were Jains or Buddhists. Now we come to know about rules. The rules made for the Buddhist Sangha were written down in a book. And do you know what is called this book? This book is known by the name of Vinay Pitak. Yani Vinay Pitaka is the famous book of Buddhist religion. From this book, we know that there were separate branches for men and women. All men could join the Sangha. However, children had to take the permission of their parents and slaves that of their masters. Without the permission of parents, any child could not take the membership of this Sangha, or any slaves could not take any participation in the Sangha without the permission of their masters. Those who worked for the king had to take his permissions, and debtors that of creditors. It means जो लोग बच्चे होते थे उन्हें अपने माता पिता की अनुमति लेनी होती थी संघ में आने के लिए। जो दास होते थे उन्हें अपने स्वामी का अनुमति लेना होता था, और जो राजा के कर्मचारी होते थे वे राजा से अनुमति लेकर ही इस संघ में शामिल हो सकते थे। और जो कर्जदार होते थे, जो कर्ज लिए होते थे, वे अपने साहूकार को कर्ज चुकाने के बाद ही उनसे अनुमति लेकर इस संघ की सदस्यता ले सकते थे। तो इस तरह के नियम थे बौद्ध संघ के और जैन संघ के। मेन एंड वुमेन हु ज्वाइंड द संघा लिड सिंपल लाइफ्स। जो पुरुष और स्त्रियां इस संघ को ज्वाइन करती थी, जुड़ती थी इस संघ से, उन्हें सामान्य जीवन जीना होता था। दे मेडिटेड फॉर मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम and went to cities and villages to beg for food during fixed hour. It means when they adopted their membership of Sangha, they had to beg city to city, village to village to earn their livelihood living in the Sangha. That is why, because they were known as Vichu. The Prakrit word of renouncer is Vega and Vichuknis. So these female persons were called Vichukni and male persons were called Vichus. They taught others instead of begging. It means they taught others and helped one another. They also held meetings to settle any quarrels that took place within the Sangha. Those who joined the Sangha included Brahmin, Kshatriyas, merchants, laborers, barbers, courtesans, and slaves. So these were the important persons who joined the Bodh Sangha or Jain Sangha. Some of them also composed beautiful poems describing their life in the Sangha. So these were the important works of the members who joined the Sangha of Buddhism or Jainism. Now we will study in my next video about monasteries. What were monasteries? Thank you. Have a nice day. Read your chapter, the next chapter, page number 72 and 73. Okay, thank you.